Okay, whenever you're ready.
There we go. Megan Underhill, and this is this much. You shouldn't do that. Sorry. Hi. Shouldn't do what? Loitering corner shops. It takes long to think you're stealing. Whatever indecisive. Looks like you can't decide whether to rob them or not. Are you? You're... No, don't mind me. We haven't... Yeah, we... chatted. On the... Yeah. Should we get something? Do you want something? I don't think so, no. But if you leave out getting something now, it looks suspicious. Well, if you're going to be suspicious of me for doing nothing, then what are you going to do? I'm going to rob a pack of biscuits. Please don't do that. I'm going to rob a pack of biscuits for you because I think you're hot. Oh, thank you. Relax. I am, it's just, do you do this? Is this something you do? You're just joking, aren't you? You're trying to line me up. You're okay to run, yeah? I'm not running. Where are the biscuits? You're joking, aren't you? I'm not running. I'm serious. You just trying to impress me? Yeah. That's kind of hard. You're going to steal something for me? Do we run or play it cool? Play it cool. Play it cool. Are they coming? How you feeling? Okay, I guess. Excited. Terrified. That'll do.
Hand to the seizure.
Margot Reggie.
The chili pepper chips.
I can't believe you gave the place again, Peppa.
I'm sorry, Chi-Chi. I was polishing my rhinestones.
But you need to stop worrying about your appearance and more about the music.
My appearance is half of what makes us attraction, Chi-Chi.
Why not mine?
Sorry, sis, but you've let yourself go. Oh, what? If it weren't for me not being able to sing, we would have let it go ages ago.
And we who?
Me and the fans, of course.
The fans adore me.
They adore me. They tolerate you.
That's it. After this, I'm going solo.
But look at that.
I can do it. I can.
You can play an instrument or write your own music. If it weren't for me being able to sing, I'd be going solo. I could lip sing. Lip singing's a big thing now.
You're nothing without me either. You're like a deer in headlights.
I'm not.
You're terrified of being on stage. The only reason you survive is because all eyes are on me, the singer. You're nothing without me either.
Man, this place is big.
Oh no, don't you?
How many people are going to be here, Peppa? It looks like there could be a lot of people here.
Nobody's here, just us.
I can't do it.
You kind of place hundreds of bars in front of hundreds of people.
Not all at the same time.
Come on, Peppa, calm down.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Please not now, Peppa. You always do this when we get close. No, this is not big break. Peppa? Peppa? You know what? You want to go solo? Fine, go solo. Have a little audition.
Would be cool. Tea and Mandarin, and this is this much.
You shouldn't do that.
Sorry.
Hi.
Shouldn't do what?
Loitering corner shops. If it takes too long, I'm going to think you're stealing.
What if I'm just indecisive?
Well, it looks like you're indecisive or whether you're open or not.
Are you? No, don't mind me. We haven't.
Yeah, haven't we chatted?
On the...
Yeah.
Should we buy something?
Do you want something?
I don't think so, no. But if we leave now, they'll just look suspicious.
Well, they're going to be suspicious of me for taking nothing.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to open biscuits.
Please don't do that.
Well, I'm going to open a biscuits for you because I think you're hot.
Oh, that's thank you.
Are you ready to run?
Relax. I am. I just... Is this something you do? Do you do this often? Are you winding me up?
Are you ready to run?
I'm not running. Where are the biscuits? I'm serious. I'm not running.
I'm serious.
Are you just trying to impress me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of hot.
Well, you going to have something for me?
Do we want to play it cool?
Play it cool.
Like,
How you feeling?
fine, I guess.
Excited?
Terrified.
Not really.
Morgan Lee,
Jessica Solly.
and this is the brew. For them, my sister was proven almost impossible due to the tenacity at which she came to life. Fuck!
You swore?
What?
You shouldn't swear.
Sorry? My hand's hurt.
It was just maybe it's your own fault.
I have to kill you.
No, you don't.
I do.
Who said?
It won't take us both.
That's not true. It's not true.
It is. It is.
Problem I have is I get quite upset with Glory.
Who is really our uncle?
Better than your uncle.
Much better.
It's still us.
Rescued us.
Alright, rescued us. That's only natural.
What else can I do? You want to go back to the Crown and Goose?
Fuck off. I was cold. I was scared. Been in Crown Goose for 14 hours. But nothing more to sustain us up. Lemonade and a pack of Monster Punch each.
That's when Dad came out.
It was all around the Glory.
I'll be back my shirt, I could just let his throat cut.
That's conversion to cataclysm. Partly followed by the Jesus fixation and drank nothing more than wine and water.
They're mostly wine.
They both looked at us, no Clary says.
Are they yours?
In reply, Dad and Nan not many words, fought aloud and fell flat on his face.
What a lucky man you are.
Says Uncle Harry. By then, Dad was already in the land of Nod. How old are you?
12, I said.
9 3/4.
Said my sister, trying to squeeze out every month she could. You look as long around.
Not what the ages you are.
And suddenly, Uncle Harry,
Not before taking Dad's wallet.
perpetually said,
Wrapped us both, put us in the car and sped off to the docks in the night.
and that's when you started building.
Which prompted Uncle Harry to nudge him in the ribs. Through the cloud of Johnny Roll before Gallic Castle does it.
Girls, eh? What can you do with them?
Doesn't mean you should kill me.
What else can I do? You want to go back to the Crown and Goose?
We're off Mr. Bort tonight.
He won't take you.
That's not fair.
Sorry.
I want to live with Mr. Bort tonight. In a big house with ice cream, servants and champagne.
You don't even know what champagne is. So she continued. What she couldn't see was the look that Uncle Harry had given me when we were in the car and he said about the girls. Though hideously ugly, and through his stained tweed jacket and diamond cut jumper, through drooling and smelling the piss, I could tell he was a kind man. Why else would he rescue us from our lives? I could tell he was worried that his good deed would become a cropper, because she was a girl.
Oh,
Drink it.
What is it?
It's bleach.
bleach!
Yeah, it'll kill you.
I don't want to be killed. And so he waited. Otherwise, I'm sure he's wrong. Otherwise, why would he take us both? Pretty sure he would have just left us there. With Daddy waiting for the sunrise of the Crown and Goose, like hangover.
This is like a dream come true. It's like getting something you actually want for Christmas,
I used to have a dream that looked up to violins.
or contracting some highly contagious disease,
Could be adopted.
taken into care. Anyone asks you,
Says Uncle Larry.
and I'm your Uncle Larry.
Which is stupid because that's what he was.
You'll do as I fucking well tell you.
Uncle Larry's tone changed. He stepped out the car and walked towards us all.
Must be the pressure. Poor man.
He locked us in a room.
I've got calls to make.
And he left us. And so we waited.
Lily Stevens, Anna Morley. This is Pretty Girl Finger. Hi. What? Is this the registration for the Galaxy Girls pageant? What? Is this the registration for the Galaxy Girls pageant?
Well, if it is,
I'd like to register.
you want to register for the pageant?
Yeah?
You can't register.
Why not?
Look at you.
I don't understand.
It's obvious.
I still don't get it.
Look, I'm clearly a 10. You're clearly a 2. 10's registered for beauty pageants. 2's don't. I'll get out. Dan, are you alright? I told you it was too much. See, I told you.
I'm fine, I'm fine. I just need to sit down for a minute.
You can't do this. Beauty pageant girl says that look on your face and should go in for the kill.
Are they really that bad?
I was just getting started. I don't understand why you need to do it in the first place.
I told told you.
And it doesn't get any less crazy the more you say it.
I want to be a girl.
Newsflash, you are a girl.
A girl.
Trust me, it's no great shakes.
I don't want to look like in the future and regret that I didn't try.
Can't you just go to prom, get a nice dress, or do your hair? Even nominate your prom queen, isn't it enough?
No, this is what I want.
Put a beauty pageant that will humiliate you.
I can practice, insult me again.
I can't, you don't have a thick enough skin.
If we practice, I'll get better. I'll take it on the chin like you do.
You can't, I can't see it on the look on your face.
I just need to practice and do that cold as a cucumber thing you do.
What thing?
You know, we were at the mall the other day, and those girls were raging on you, and you just brushed them off on the shoulder. It was like cool as a cucumber.
Girls like me, you didn't even know them.
Yeah, but when I do it, I'm trying to throw them back out. You're just trying to scare me.
I don't think you'll ever be ready for pageant girls.
I'll practice my walks. See? Heel, toe. I'm getting better.
Almost.
Megan Frost.
Morgan Carl.
There's whole spoons.
This record's brilliant, don't you think? Alright, I like that kind of thing, I suppose.
I'm going to sign up for his door before the rest of it, otherwise I get skin.
You haven't cashed in today.
Of course I have. But you might be his name, but it's for me and all.
Don't know how you do it.
Sit with me, kid, you'll learn.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Anyway, I'm going to take him to action. Do you want to take it out tonight? The Sandbergs asked me out and I said yes.
What about Eddie?
What about Eddie? It's not here, is it?
Well, too tangling.
You won't find that out, though, will you?
So what's this guy like then?
He's called John. He's a bit of alright. I mean, you might not think so, but I do. We've all got our types, haven't we? Anyway, he'll be alright. He's been a friend for you and all.
Well, what's his name like then?
You know that Simon that lives in our road? It's him.
The one who's always glue sniffing.
But no, it's actually now.
You didn't see him the other night when he was sitting on the wall. 1 minute I looked at him, the next he fell off.
John, it's not about it.
I'm not going.
Why not? They're paying for the free night out.
I'd rather pay for myself.
What for? Are you fit?
No, but the guy pays you for the whole night. He's obviously going to want something in return at the end of the night, isn't he?
Rubbish! Who told you that?
What's the people?
Who? Tell me the names.
I'm not telling you the names.
You're not telling me the names because you don't know.
Well, I've seen it on the telly.
Jade Conti.
Lucy Williams, this was going to scare me.
Ain't it just the most beautiful morning? Ain't it just a dream? What a glorious God we have to give us such a wonderful day.
If you start singing, I'm going to hit you upside the head.
That's a moment to you too, Tina. You look nice today, doesn't she, Piggy?
You're so weird.
Off to feed the rest of the animals?
Unfortunately.
That's my favourite job. I just love feeding the little animals.
So, how old does Oscar Mayer today?
That's not his name.
Well, it should be. That's the way to do it, Paula. Fatten him up. He'll be ready before you know it.
Ready for what?
Dinner.
Hush now, you're gonna scare Piggy.
Oh, I wish I had the Oscar Mayer hot dog.
Don't you pay her no mind, Piggy. She's just an awful little heathen, she is.
Nearly went then. Chloe Cook. This is this much. No thanks, I already have a man.
No, this kind of male's stupid. George Strait, fan club newsletter for Tina.
Thank you. Check out this month's picture.
What's up to see? You should see what she paid for a membership. I hope they give us something good. And Bill.
What do you do with those?
Well, that's where I always put the bills.
Oh, look at these. Phone bill final notice. There.
Well, I just thought I'd call my uncle at the phone company and get him to sort it out. I don't care how many of these people you're related to, you've got to be in someday. I just figured I'd stall until I got married and then I'd make my husband pay. Look,
George Strait underwear.
you do realise that when you sit down, you sit on his face.
This is so weird.
And one envelope for Julie. Don't know, no doubt she's gonna, if you insist, but it's a letter from Jacob.
Yay. Ooh, Jacob, the man of her dreams.
I've got plenty of men in my dreams, just wish some of them were real.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
So much for that dream.
Julie, are you okay in there? Come out with me and talk to us.
It's Jacob. He wants to come and see me. That's the terrible news. Girl, you need help.
Isn't that good news? Don't you want to be with him?
Well, I do want to be with him, but not here. He's a big city guy and he hates out here and I hate me for it. I think you're overreacting a bit here.
He's coming to see you, not the town.
Exactly. He'll be so busy slobbering all over you. He won't even think about where he's at.
There's no way he'll like the family though.
Well, why not?
Oh, come on, Beth. You know how reminded Julie's parents can be.
Well, there can't be that much that will bother them. He doesn't go to church. Your grandpa's a minister.
And he's big into the environment. Thinks all hunters should be shot. But isn't your dad a big game hunter?
The biggest. And my uncle's an outfitter. Oh boy. And he doesn't want kids. He thinks the earth's way too overpopulated as it is.
But your grandmother holds a town record for giving birth to the most kids.
There's a friend photo over at the maternity ward in town.
Oh, is there anything else?
Yes, I've had enough. Well, he's sort of.
It's okay, Julie. You can say it.
He's a card carrying liberal.
Lily Fothergill and Mrs. Blood Brothers. So did you hear the story of the Johnston twins? As like each other as two new pins, from one womb born on the self-same day, how one was kept and one given away. Did you never hear how the Johnstons died? Never knowing that they shared one name till the day they died. When a mother cried, my own dear sons lie slain. And did you never hear the mother so cruel? There's a stone in place of her heart. Well, bring her in and judge for yourselves how she came to play this part. Elizabeth Finchley.
Clark Stanley, and this is Liz Mulch.
Shouldn't do that, you know. Sorry. Karen,
Shouldn't do what?
well, you're in corner shops. If you take too long, I think you're stealing.
For what if I'm indecisive?
Looks like you can't decide whether to drop them or not.
Sorry, have you? Oh, don't mind me. But have we?
Yeah, we've chatted. Yeah.
Should we write something?
Do you want something?
Well, no, not really. But if we leave now, that might think it's all suspicious.
So you're going to be suspicious of me for nothing then?
But what are you gonna do?
I'm going to rob a packet of biscuits.
Please.
I'm going to rob a packet of biscuits. I still think you're hot.
Oh. Thank you.
Relax.
Oh. Is this like something you do? Something you do like a lot? Oh, you're just joking with me. You're just trying to like, you just, you know, so gullible.
Are you ready to run?
Are you being serious? I'm not running. Oh, where are my mistakes on? I'm not running.
I'm serious.
Are you just trying to impress me?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of hot.
Are you going to rob something for me?
Okay, so we
Isabella, Act 3, Scene 2. O you beast! O you faithless coward, dishonest wretch! Will thou be made a man out of my vice? Is not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield my mother who played my father fair such a warped slip of wilderness. Mere issues from his blood, take my defiance, die, perish, but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate. It should proceed. I pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, there's no word to save thee. Morgan Calm, Measure for Measure, playing Isabella, Act 3, Scene 4. To whom should I complain, did I tell this? Who's going to believe me? Oh, perilous smiles that bear in them one and the self-same tongue. Condemnation or approve? That wriggles through the law to make courtesy to thy will? I put God first, and now he's dead. Thou he hath murdered in prompture of the blood, thou he hath in mind such a mind of honour, that he hath 20 heads to tender down, a bloody 20 blocks to yield them up, before his sister's body should she stoop. To such a bird pollution, for Isabella to live in chastity and brother die, and then brother to live in chastity. I'll tell Angelo of his request, for his mind to die and soul to rest.
Megan Frost, and I'm playing Isabella from Measure for Measure.
Oh, you beast! Oh, you faithless coward, dishonest wretch! Will that be made a man out of my vice? Is not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? For such a rhapsodical wilderness issue from his blood, take my defiance, die, perish. But though I bending down reprieve thee from thy fate, it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no ways to save thee.
Ellen Malarkey, playing Isabella from Measure to Measure. Oh, faithless coward! Oh, dishonest wretch! Will thou be made a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair, for such a warped slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. What should I think? Take my defiance, die, perish, might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate. It shall proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee.
James Contini, Claudio, Act 3, Scene 1, Measure for Measure. I but to die and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot, this sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirits to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling regions of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds, and to be blown by restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worse. Of those of lawless and uncertain thought, imagine howling, 'tis too horrible.
Take your time, it's okay.
The weariest and most loathed godly life of age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death.
Lucy Williams, and I'm playing Claudia from Measure to Measure. I, but to die, and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction or to rot. The sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and delighted spirit, to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thicker regions of thick-ribbed ice. To be immeasured or to be imprisoned or blown with viewless winds, or to be blown with vicious silent rounds about the pendant world, to be worse than words.
Meaning of Karen, Act 3, Scene 2, Isabella from Measure for Measure.
O you beast, O faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou be made a man from my vice? Is it not some kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair, for such a war pacific wilderness there issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish, and might but my bending down reprieve thee from my fate. I'll pray 1,000 words for thee, no word save thee.
Chloe Cork, Measure for Measure, playing Claudio. I but to die and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot, this sensible warm motion to become a needed clod of the delighted spirit, to bathe in fiery floods or to reside in the thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds and blown with restless violence round about this pendant world, or to be worse and worse of those that lawless and uncertain fought. Imagine howling, 'tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed worldly life, this age-ache, period imprisonment, can lay on nature as a paradise to what we fear of death.
Amelia Monklin, Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 2, playing Isabella.
O you beast, O faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair, for such a warped of the wilderness net issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish. My but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate, it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death. No one to save thee.
Kate Parker, Measure for Measure, playing Isabella, Act 3, Scene 4. To whom should I complain? Did I tell this, who would believe me? O perilous mouths that bear them in one and self-same tongue, either of condemnation or reproof. Bidding the law make courtesy to their will, hooking both right and wrong to their appetite, to follow as it draws. I'll to my brother, though he hath fallen prompture of blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honour, that he had 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks. He would yield them up before her sister should her body stoop to such a broad pollution. Then, Isabel, live chaste and never die. More than our brother is our chastity. I shall tell him of Angelo's request and fit his mind to death for his soul's rest.
Lily Fothergill, Isabella from Measure for Measure. In brief, to set the needless process by, how I persuaded, how I prayed and kneeled, how he repelled me and how I replied. For this was of much length, the vile conclusion, I now begin with grief and shame to utter. He would not, but by gift of my chaste body, to his concupiscible, interperate lust, release my brother, and, after much debatement, my sisterly remorse confutes mine honour, and I did yield to him, but the next morn betimes. His purpose of fighting, he sends out the warrant for my poor brother's head.
Cara Stanley, Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 2, playing Isabella. Oh, you beast! Oh, you faithless coward, you dishonest wretch! Wilt thou make a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take thine life from my sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shields thy mother, plays thy father fair, for such a warped slip of wilderness and it issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish. Might but my bending down reprieve thee from my fate, it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee.
Annie Morley, Measure for Measure, Claudio. I but to die and go, we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot, this warm sensible motion to become a kneaded clod, or the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or reside in regions of thick-ribbed ice, or to be imprisoned in viewless winds and blown around the pendant world, or to be worse than worse of those lawless, uncertain thoughts. Imagine howling is too horrible, the weariest and most loathed worldly lives can lay on nature a paradise compared to what we fear of death.
Elizabeth Bidgersmith, Measure for Measure, Acts 3, Scene 1, Claudia. I, but to die, and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm notion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit, to bathe in fiery flood, or to reside in thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless wind, and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worst. Of those that lawless and uncertain thought, imagine howling, 'tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed worldly life, that age-ache penury and imprisonment can lay on nature, is a paradise to what we fear of death.
Hannah Tennessee, I'll be doing Phoebe's monologue from As You Like It, Act 3, Scene 5. Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy. Yet he talks well. What care I for words? Yet when he that speaks as pleases those that hear. He's a pretty youth, well, not very pretty, and he sure is proud. Yet his pride becomes him, he'll make a proper man. And the best thing in him is his complexion. He has this little redness in his lip, a more riper and lustier red than the one mixed beneath his sweet cheeks. 'Tis just the difference between the contrast red and the mingled damask. He's not very tall. For years he's tall, and his legs are but so-so. So it's just when. There is someone in Sylvia's had been out to pass as I did, but had been close to falling in love with him. I hate him not, nor love him not, for I have more reason to hate him than to love him. For what he had to do to chide at me. He said my hair was black, and my eyes were black, and as I remember, scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again. Obvious is no acquaintance. I shall write him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou bear it, Sylvius?
Very good. Yeah, right.
Megan Underhill, and I'm doing Isabella from Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 1. O you beast, you faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou be made a man out of my voice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield, my mother plague, my father fair. For such a warm slip of wilderness there issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish. Might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate. It should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death. No word to save thee.
Words read from Act 3, Scene 1, from Measure for Measure.
Lovely. Plant your feet. Get yourself strong when you're ready.
I would to die, and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. this sensible warm emotion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling regions of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in viewless winds and blown with reckless violence round about the penitent world, or to be worse than worst of those lawless and uncertain thoughts. Imagine howling, 'tis too horrible. Tis too horrible. Tis too horrible. What's that?
That's okay. Thank you so much.
O you beast, O faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou be a man, made of a man of vice? Wilt thou not be of incest? To thy, of thine shame, what should I think? Just keep them blank.
That's okay. Take a breath.
Heaven shield my mother, played my father fair. For thou will slip of wilderness, near issued from his blood. This is to take this to find. Reprieve from thee, for thy death. I'll pray 1,000 words for thy death, no words for thee.
Just a story. Isabella from Measure for Measure, Act 2, Scene 2. Could great men thunder, as Jove himself does, as Jove could never be quiet. But every mighty officer would use heaven for thunder. Nothing but thunder for merciful heaven. Thy rather with thy sharp and sulphurous bolt, splits the unmeasurable and gnarled oak. Than so soft, myrtle, man, proud man, dressed with little breathable authority, most ignorant and most assured. His glassy essence, like an angry ape, played the most fantastic tricks before high heaven. With the weeping angels, who with our spleens would all together laugh themselves mortal. Libby Cook.
Tell everyone here.
Isabella, Measure for Measure, Act 2, Scene 2. Could great men thunder, as Jove himself does, Jove could never be quiet. For every pelting petty officer would use their heaven for thunder, nothing but thunder, merciful heaven. Now with their sharp and sulphurous bolts splits the unlegible and gnarled oak. Then soft myrtle, but man, proud man, just in little brief authority, most ignorant to what he is most assured. His glassy essence, like an angry ape, plays fantastic tricks before high heaven. Now with the weeping angels, who with our spleens would all themselves laugh mortal.
And Chloe Hope played Isabella from Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 1. O you beast, O faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine, O sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair, for such walk slip of wilderness. Die, perish, but my bending down. Reprieve thee from thy face it should proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no words to save thee.
Ready for me to go?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Morgan Lee.
Tell us.
Morgan Lee, Claudio from Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 1. I but to die, and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm emotion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in a thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned by the viewless winds, and blown with restless violence, round about the spending world. Imagine, or to be worse and worse of those that lawless and uncertain thought. Imagine howling 'tis too horrible, the weariest and most loathed of worldly life, that age, ache, penury, imprisonment can lay on nature as a paradise to what we fear of death.
Megan Roddick, Isabella from Measure for Measure, Act 2, Scene 4. To who should I complain? Did I tell this? To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? With perilous mouths, that bearing them one and the self-same tongue, either of condemnation or of proof, bidding the law make mercy to their will, hooking both right and wrong to the appetite. To follow as it draws, I'll to my brother, though he hath fallen by puncture of the blood. Yet hath he in him such a mind of honour, though he had 20 heads to tender down. On 20 bloody blocks he blew them up, before his sister should her body stoop, for such abhorred pollution. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death in his soul's rest.
Tia Conjuring, Measure for Measure, Act 3, Scene 1, Isabella.
O you beast, O faithless coward, O dishonest wretch, wilt thou remain a man out of thy vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine or sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother plague my father fair for such a war slip in wilderness, near issue from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish, reprieve thee from my fate, might but my bending down. I'll pray 1,000 words for thy death, no words to save